No one expected what unfolded outside the studio last night. 10 unforgettable moment that quickly went viral. Chrisean Rock, usually surrounded by controversy, shared a deeply emotional encounter that brought traffic to a halt and moved onlookers to tears. For once, it wasn't about conflict or headlines. It was a raw, heartfelt connection. Cameras captured the exact instant a young fan approached him, clutching a poster featuring her son's face. Typically reserved and guarded, Chrisean softened completely, embracing her tightly as both broke down in tears. Though his whispered words were unheard by the crowd, the weight of that moment was felt by everyone watching. Pure, genuine, and profoundly touching. Just moments later, Chrisean surprised everyone by pulling out her phone and revealing a collection of never-before-seen photos of her son, right there on the sidewalk. This intimate glimpse into motherhood so often kept private sent shockwaves across social media. Fans, skeptics, and celebrities alike quickly began sharing the images, sparking a wave of support and curiosity. In that instant, Chrisean seemed to turn a new chapter, inviting the world to witness a deeply personal side of her life that few had ever seen before. The Harris family has always walked a fine line, teetering between the dazzling world of fame and the harsh glare of controversy. At the heart of it stands Clifford Harris, better known as T.I.A., a Southern rap legend who has carved out an impressive legacy not only as an artist, but also as a self-styled patriarch of his family. Over many years, T.I. carefully assembled his empire piece by piece. From the breakout success of reality television shows like T.I. and Tiny, the family hustle, to his expansive business ventures, his foundation has been built on a blend of discipline, raw artistic talent, and the kind of streetwise savvy that commands respect in and beyond the music industry. His public persona has often been that of a man who knows exactly what it takes to maintain power and influence, both in the studio and within his family circle. However, beneath the surface of this carefully constructed dynasty, a different story was unfolding, a story centered around his son, King Harris. Unlike the composed image T.I. projected, King emerged as a fierce, unpredictable force of nature. Bold and unafraid to push boundaries, he wore his individuality like armor, unapologetically carving his own path. From viral fights that spread like wildfire across social media to blunt, fiery outbursts on platforms where many watched, King's rebellious nature made him a headline magnet. His musical aspirations only added to the spotlight, showing a young man determined to make a name for himself on his own terms, even if it meant clashing publicly with the weight of his father's legacy. The relationship between King and his parents, especially T.I., has been fraught with tension and public scrutiny. Moments of connection and hope were often overshadowed by explosive arguments and clashes of personality. Yet, even amid the turmoil, there was a persistent undertone of hope whenever T.I. spoke about his son. In interviews and candid conversations, T.I. would often say that King was finding his way, hinting at a belief that beneath the wild exterior was a young man searching for his place in the world. That delicate hope, however, was fragile and uncertain, balanced precariously alongside the very real challenges of family, fame, and expectation. Then, something shifted. What once seemed like manageable discord exploded into a crisis that unsettled the family's carefully maintained public image. A series of events, leaks, rumors, and revelations tore through the Harris household's facade, exposing deeper fractures and conflicts that went far beyond the usual celebrity drama. The fragile balance between father and son, between the empire and the individual, was suddenly at risk of crumbling altogether. This was no longer just a story about a young man testing limits or a father trying to guide his son. It became a high-stakes battle where personal pain, family loyalty, and public perception collided, threatening to rewrite the narrative of one of hip-hop's most influential families forever. Some days, it all feels overwhelming, like running away is the only option. The spotlight's glare is relentless, every move scrutinized, waiting for a misstep. The same blogs that once praised Chrisean Rock's vulnerable moments quickly turned skeptical, questioning her ability to be a good mother. Wild rumors swirled around custody battles, baby daddy drama, and even CPS involvement. YouTube gossip channels churned out videos with sensational titles, "Is Chrisean Rock ready for motherhood?" and the untold truth behind her viral fan encounter. The heat was back, fiercer than ever. But Chrisean stood her ground, refusing to hide. Going live once more, her voice shaky yet determined, she faced the camera head-on. "Y'all want the truth. Being a mom is hard. I mess up, but my son means everything. I'm not perfect, but I'm real. "That love you saw last night, it was genuine." Comments flooded in, some cheering her resilience, others accusing her of using her baby for attention. The divide was clear. "Keep fighting. We believe in you," clashed with "Take care of yourself first." Meanwhile, real-life complications surfaced. Christian's ex, silent for weeks, dropped cryptic Instagram stories hinting at legal battles and allegations of unfit parenting. Tagging a notorious gossip outlet, he stirred the pot with promises of receipts and explosive revelations. Within hours, fake court documents and screenshots circulated online, with rumors suggesting Christian risked losing custody. Even her mother came under fire for liking a shady comment, sparking accusations that some weren't ready for real responsibility. The mounting pressure pushed Christian to the edge. Friends urged her to step away from social media, but she refused. One late-night IG Live showed her son asleep beside her, voice breaking. "I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to be real. All the hate doesn't compare to the love I have for my baby." Then came a turning point. A fan-shot video from earlier that day surfaced, revealing a different side of Christian. The footage showed her quietly helping an elderly woman who had fallen on the sidewalk, lifting her up, fixing her groceries, and gently shooing away onlookers trying to record. No filters, no crowd, just Christian in her raw humanity. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. People began calling out the haters. Maybe she's just a flawed but genuine person. Why do we only want to see her fail? Everyone deserves room to grow. Celebrities joined the conversation, Cardi B saying, "Nobody's perfect, especially on camera. Let her breathe," and Lil Durk adding, "Motherhood isn't easy. Social media makes it worse." Yet, as hope flickered, a fresh controversy ignited. A verified gossip account leaked a DM from a TV network executive revealing plans to turn Christian's redemption into a reality special. With multiple networks reportedly bidding for rights, the internet exploded with questions. Was the emotional fan moment authentic, or a carefully staged comeback? Was Christian genuinely changing, or merely playing for views? The line between reality and performance blurred into chaos. Now every move Christian makes is dissected and debated under an unforgiving spotlight. The question hanging in the air is whether she can truly demonstrate that her love for her son, her growth as a person, and her journey into motherhood are authentic, or if she will remain forever confined to tabloid headlines and social media drama. Yet, what few realized was that the night's turmoil was far from over. Another leak was on the horizon, one that threatened to upend everything once more and reignite the firestorm surrounding her life. By the time morning arrived, the internet was ablaze with divided opinions. Christian's viral encounter had cleaved her fan base and the broader hip-hop community into two opposing camps. For some, it was a pivotal moment, a sign that Christian was turning a new leaf and embracing a genuine transformation. For others, it was nothing more than a calculated PR move, designed to soften her image and rebuild her fractured reputation. The social media landscape reflected this tug-of-war vividly. Rival hashtags like #ChrissieChanged and #ChrissieCapping exploded across platforms, pitting supporters against skeptics in heated battles online. Fans loyal to Christian rallied fiercely, defending her progress and urging others to recognize the struggles she faced behind the scenes. They reminded critics that nobody's path to redemption is smooth or perfect, especially when living life in the public eye. These defenders posted heartfelt messages, celebrated moments of vulnerability, and implored the world to give her space to grow without the constant barrage of judgment. To them, Christian's mistakes were human and forgivable, and her efforts to change should be met with encouragement rather than condemnation. On the flip side, her detractors dug deep into her past, resurrecting old controversies, public meltdowns, and strained relationships. They questioned the sincerity of her new persona, convinced that this was just another act in a long line of reality TV dramas. They scrutinized every tear, every confession, and every social media post for signs of insincerity, claiming that her redemption arc was a mere spectacle crafted for views and sympathy. This group's skepticism fueled a relentless online backlash, keeping Christian's story mired in controversy rather than resolution. This clash of perspectives turned social media into a battleground, with comment sections and threads flooded by debates, memes, and emotional pleas. The conversation spilled beyond fans and critics, drawing in celebrities, influencers, and industry insiders, each weighing in with their take on Christian's journey. Some offered support, understanding the complexities of fame and motherhood, while others cautioned about the dangers of public redemption narratives being exploited by networks and media. Amidst the noise, the looming threat of the new leak cast a shadow over all discourse, heightening tensions and uncertainty. Everyone braced for what was next, knowing that Christian's story was far from finished and that whatever emerged could redefine public perception once again. In a world where every personal step becomes public property, Christian's path forward was anything but certain, caught in a relentless cycle of judgment, doubt, and the search for truth. Amid the digital war, Christian's ex seized the moment, posting blurry screenshots, alleged texts, and missed calls, vowing a bombshell interview that would reveal the real Christian. Blogs caught fire with headlines teasing a motherhood scandal, while even Christian's closest allies seemed to fracture under the pressure. This wasn't just a story of redemption anymore, it was a high-stakes battle for truth, trust, and survival in the unforgiving glare of fame. A former friend went live on TikTok, voice shaking with a blend of anger and sorrow, admitting, "She's my girl, but she's got her struggles. I hope she's getting better, but I don't know if she's there yet." Fans were left uncertain. Was this genuine concern or jealousy from those now distanced from her world? Then came the real shockwave. A leaked voice note surfaced on a gossip site, reportedly Christian breaking down in tears, confiding to a friend after a rough night. "Sometimes I wish I never got famous. Every time I try to improve, they just want to see me fall. I'm scared I'll mess this up for my baby. What if I'm not good enough?" The internet paused, trolls silenced by the raw vulnerability. It was the first unfiltered glimpse into Christian's deepest fears. Almost instantly, #ProtectChristian began trending, with fans pleading for the hate to stop, emphasizing the immense pressure mothers face, especially under the relentless spotlight. Let her raise her son without dragging every mistake through the mud, they urged. Yet the critics fired back, insisting, "If you can't handle fame, get offline. Kids need stability, not chaos." This is just hype for the next season. Just as tensions rose, a second twist dropped, a network teaser for Christian Unfiltered. A new reality special promising never-before-seen home footage, family interviews, and the truth about motherhood, no influencer filters. Some fans welcomed this chance to see the full story, while others cried exploitation, accusing networks of cashing in on her pain once again. The industry weighed in. Two female rappers like Cardi B commented, "Nobody's perfect, especially not in front of cameras. Let her breathe." A fellow reality star added, "No one survives this business without scars, but the real ones keep showing up." Then came the most poignant leak, a paparazzi clip showing Christian alone in a car, quietly crying, clutching a stuffed toy her son had given her. No cameras, no audience, just a mom, overwhelmed but determined. That raw moment went viral, touching even the harshest critics, who reluctantly admitted, maybe she really is trying. But before the dust could settle, Christian's ex delivered a chilling warning. "You think it's over? The truth drops tonight, and no one will see her the same again." As anticipation mounted, the internet ignited. News outlets, podcasts, and morning shows shifted focus to the new main event, Chrisean Rock versus the world. Every social platform was a battleground, with clashing hashtags like #ProtectChristian, #ChristianExposed, and #MomLifeUnfiltered flooding feeds. Supporters passionately defended her, condemning the relentless attacks on Black mothers and insisting no one can judge her journey without walking in her shoes. Meanwhile, detractors accused her of exploiting motherhood for clicks and questioned how many chances she deserved. TikTok exploded with stitched videos contrasting Christian's tearful car moment with past outbursts, prompting fierce debates, redemption or rerun. YouTube reaction lives flooded in, and fan pages dissected her highs and lows alongside other reality stars. Yet amid the chaos, Christian's ex ramped up his campaign, posting blurry screenshots, alleged texts, and missed calls, vowing a bombshell interview that would reveal the real Christian. Blogs buzzed with headlines about a looming motherhood scandal and explosive revelations. Even Christian's closest allies seemed to fracture under the weight of the storm. This saga had transformed into a high-stakes battle over truth, perception, and survivalware. Every word, every leak, and every tear carried the weight of not just one woman's fight, but the relentless scrutiny Black mothers endure under an unforgiving public eye. He shared blurry evidence, but instead of sympathy, the comments unleashed a storm of backlash. "You're just bitter," they accused. "If you cared, you'd reach out to her privately, not drag her through the internet." Far from helping, his actions only made him look worse, while Christian gained a fresh wave of support. Even some former critics admitted, if she can weather all this, maybe she finally deserves peace. Just as the drama seemed to be fading, the network hit back with a surpriser sneak peek from Christian Unfiltered, showing candid moments of her and her son at home, laughing, crying, simply living. The clip ended with Christian's tearful gaze into the camera confessing, "I know I messed up, but I want my son to know I never stopped trying." The internet shattered. Thousands flooded the comments with praise. This is her realest moment. Every mom relates. Let her grow, love, and heal. The narrative shifted. Forgiveness wasn't universal, but understanding blossomed. Maybe, finally. This wasn't about perfect ratings or manufactured drama. It was about a mother and her child fighting to survive in a harsh world, as the last hashtags began to fade. A cryptic post appeared on Christian's Instagram story, a blurry photo of her son's hand gripping hers, captioned simply, "This is all that matters." The world held its breath, wondering if this marked the end or the start of a new chapter. But just when it seemed Christian might finally get some peace, a storm brewed from an unexpected source, the industry itself. A leaked email thread from a major TV network went viral, revealing producers debating whether to scrap Christian's upcoming special. The reason? It's too real, not enough drama, no ratings. Screenshots spread like wildfire. If she isn't wild, viewers tune out. This redemption arc is boring. Time to find a new headline. Fans erupted in fury, launching hashtag #LetHerHeal, demanding the special air, as promised. Critics mocked. Even reality TV can't handle her calm side. While the debate raged, Christian posted a raw, unfiltered live video. Read, hair unkempt, cradling her son, and looking directly at the camera. "You want to know why I cry? Because I'm tired of being a show for people who don't care if I drown. I'm not here for ratings, I'm here to raise my son, even if the world stops watching." The response was overwhelming. "Keep fighting, Mama, this is her realest live yet. Networks only want brokenness. Don't give them that." But the ultimate twist was yet to come. A notorious gossip account dropped a fresh leak of voice memo allegedly from one of Christian's oldest rivals, plotting to reveal new dirt just days before the special's premiere. Christian can pretend she's changed, but the truth always surfaces, the post warned. Fans exploded. Hashtags like hashtag Christian exposed and hashtag here we go again trended wildly. Even mainstream media caught on. Was this Christian's last test, or another manipulation by the industry machine? Rumors swirled, and Christian herself vanished from social media for 2 full days. No posts, no stories, no updates. Friends pleaded with her to log off, to focus on her son and let the noise settle, but the world waited, hungry for any sign of what was next. Then, just before midnight, Christian broke the silence with a haunting Instagram story of photos of her son asleep, her hand resting gently on his back, accompanied by the words, "When the world is loud, I will be quiet for him." The internet paused. Would she step back from the spotlight for good? Would the network cancel her comeback? Or would she rise again, stronger and more determined to prove everyone wrong? One thing was certain: redemption is never a straight path, it's a battle, and Christian's fight was far from over. The story has been messy, public, heart-wrenching, and yet undeniably beautiful. As the headlines begin to settle and the next chapter quietly looms, fans everywhere are left wondering, is this truly the final chapter of Christian's turbulent saga, or merely the calm before the storm of her greatest comeback? Now it's your moment to weigh in. Should Christian step away from the spotlight and focus solely on raising her son? Or is it time for her to rise again and redefine what redemption really means? Is it right for media outlets and networks to keep profiting from her struggles? Or could this be her opportunity to take control and silence the critics once and for all? Share your honest thoughts below. Do you believe Christian's transformation is genuine, or is the world setting her up for yet another fall?